Hello, welcome to Nerd Goblin Art. I'm Lula. I got these moulds a couple of weeks ago. They are both tea light holders and I want to have a go at creating them with some eco resin. So I've got some Aquacast out ready and there's only one thing we can do. Let's go play. I've started mixing up my Aquacast. Aquacast is from Elechem and it is water activated. And I'm also going to add a lot of glitter. That is a fair amount of glitter and that is a fair amount of Aquacast there. I've guesstimated, and spoiler alert, I underguesstimate for both of these makes. Well, it fills up the house-shaped one. It doesn't fill up the tree. So it's fine. We'll make up some more and it is all good, hip and groovy. And I haven't, well, I rarely, I don't measure. It's not even really, I don't measure. But I was happy with the consistency. And I was very, very well behaved today, and I made absolutely sure to not fill them all the way to the top and to get my silicone tool all around the edges and into the corners as best as possible. The mould, we'll talk about the mould later, a little bit later, but I wouldn't bother getting it if, It's an interesting one and it's a very irritating one. Now, I did add a lot of glitter into this mix. Now, I'm not entirely sure where that glitter is from. It's definitely like a silver holographic, but I think I've had it since before I started using resin. There's no label on it, so no idea. I do wonder if I would have been better off putting in some super sparkle white or some of my crushed crystal. And yeah, it possibly would have been a better idea. And another better idea was to potentially have sprinkled some of the glitter into the mold first. And yeah. So it's an interesting shaped mold. You got to be careful with the roof part, which is the bottom left, where I'm shaking right now, because it doesn't have so much of a lip there. It has more of a groove type thing. So what I'm gonna do is tap underneath the table. It's one of these molds that it's not so easy to give it a good wobble, obviously, because it's all going to go everywhere, however hard you try and be, tidy. So the best option was to tap underneath the table just to get it more leveled out. Of course, the other option is placing the mold onto card or even a canvas, maybe like a canvas board, anything like that, so you can give it a shake. And because obviously this is on silicone and it's a silicone mold, so it's that it'll stick it's quite down on the mold, so trying to make it an even spread in there is quite difficult. It is also very important, you see that Aquacast go flying across the desk there, it is important as well not to overfill these molds, because you want them to fit, because this particular mold, it goes together. It is a house, a house, and it does go together. Oh dearie me, I had a time with this. I really did. If anybody else has done this mold, you'll know. But I'm showing you anyway. I was gonna delete the video. I was going to just not bother because the end results really bothered me. But I decided instead, let's keep this, let's share this with you guys. Oh my goodness. So this is where I'm tapping it. So don't worry, we're not going into a time warp or anything, although a time warp would be cool. But I was just literally tapping underneath the desk. And I've not done it in a little while, so subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. You make my day. Thank you for the shares, thank you for the likes, the comments, and for turning up to the premieres. I thoroughly enjoy your company, and I really do love chat. It is great fun. If you're not a subscriber, please consider doing so. It just simply helps my channel. That's all it does. And I just love creating content for you guys. I have as much fun as you guys do. I love showing you, I love teaching, I love giving tutorials where possible, and I love inspiring, and that's what it should all be about, is inspiring each other. So I'm happy with the levels in there, and I'm going to fill up. This is a Christmas tree. Now, I don't think it necessarily needs to be a tea light candle holder. Obviously you can seal it, and if you do candle making, which I'm really hoping to have a try at, you can obviously do your thing, get it sealed up, and then you can, once this is all cast and made, you can put your own wax and twist on it and stuff, and I'm sure it'd be lovely. And I'm really hoping that Father Christmas brings me a nice starter kit, because I've never made candles before, and I really want to start having a go at it, because I do like smells. I like nice smells, not horrible smells obviously, but nice smells. And I made up enough to fit into the bottom of this mould, but not into the lid. So I will mix that up off camera and then join you again when I'm filling it up. And as you could see as well, with that mould too, I just made sure that I had my silicone tool, and I was giving it a good little run around the edges. And because obviously, I know I keep going to say obviously, it's not obvious because you don't know. But I've not actually cast these before. I did buy these this year. These aren't moulds that I bought last year at all. They've just been sitting ready for me to use. Important, I always find, just from my limited experience with the Aquacast, is making sure that you two give the points a little squeeze. There is a star in the top of this mould, and because it's quite a nice clear mould as well, the silicone is nice on it, you can clearly see where your Aquacast isn't getting to underneath this lid, and that's the worst part really. It generally is when we're making these, even with the epoxy resins, you do find these little lippy bits of any sort of jars. That's where the bubbles can be caused. Micro bubbles is not so much of an issue. It's when you don't manage to fill a space in and you have a big gaping hole. That's not the fun bit. So that's all mixing in there. I've also got a few other moulds to the side. It's not that this video isn't about those though. I just want to try them out and see how they do come out. But good little tap. I have been using, I don't have a vibration plate, but I would like to get one because I think they're very beneficial. Vibrating plates are they vibrate, obviously. That's what she said. But they are great for the Aquacast because it, wobbles and shakes it. And it brings any bubbles up from the bottom of the moulds and any of the detail, and it really does help. What I have been using is I have a bottle, a paint bottle shaker, and I've been just popping it on the desk and pushing the button on there, and it vibrates the desk for me. And I have found a massive difference with my eco resin pours since I started doing that. And so that's why I've decided it is probably worth getting one of those vibration plates, because it's just going to make, because I do make a lot of things to sell and to go into my shop space. If I was just making these things, it's not so much. Hello, pussycat. We all want to have really lovely things made up, and the beauty of the eco resins is that you can make mistakes and you can still sand it down afterwards. But what the vibration plates allow for is a little bit less work potentially at the end. So I think there's hello with Winnie the Woo. I think that if you're going to be using the eco resins a lot as a medium, I think it's worth paying that little bit of money to get them, because we pay all the money for the debubbler machines and such, don't we, with the epoxy resins. So yeah, sorry for rambling. I'm kind of giving myself permission so to speak for actually purchasing one. It's going to be after Christmas though. We got Christmas soon. So that little mould that you can see there is it's a little Santa and a snowman, and they got little boots, and you basically attach wool or string or whatnot, and have their little dangly legs. Kaz from the Dragon's Cave recently done them with UV, and when I saw them, because I hadn't opened the actual mould, I actually thought that I'd messed up my order and all that had come were the boots because it was so small. But then I actually opened up the packet and I'm like, these snowman and they're that small. They are that small. Temu got me again because obviously I wasn't paying attention once again, 2 sizes and stuff. So thanks to Kaz there for doing her video on them, which please do check out because it's a great video on UV resin. So I wanted to try these little moulds out with the Aquacast just to see how good they came out with it, because of course this is great for painting on, and they're so small it's not really you're not really going to be able to get your colours down into there with burnishing in. So I figured see how easy they come out with the eco sort of resin. And slightly off camera there, I do apologise. I've had to use a different camera arm at the moment, which takes up some of my desk because I managed to break my overhead one again. So if you recall the other day, I did a Santa, the traditional looking Santa. So I just thought I'd pull that mould out and use any extra of the Aquacast for doing some extra makes over the next couple of weeks. So these are cute, and you can see they were ready just to pop straight out of there. And I was curious how well these would come out, because of course that mould, they are Sugarcraft moulds. But they've come out really lovely. Obviously I got a little bit that's popped off it, but I can't actually figure out where it's come from. A little bit of tidying up to do just around the edges, but they've come out absolutely wonderfully, and I'm going to be popping them aside because I've got some other projects I want to do with those. And with these, I got getting these out now because I want to see how they look, and it was really cute. He's so cute, look at him. They're so tiny. They are too small for my cake rack. So I'm gonna have to make sure these rest on something really good so we get all the moisture out. And then the tiny little boots. Can you hear the purring? That's Winnie headbutting my phone. You always come at inconvenient times, don't you? Look how tiny the boots are. Winnie knows how tiny the boots are because she tried to pinch them. Yes, she did. She tried to knock them. But they're really cute. They come out nice, few little bubbles, but that is easily fixed. And I will be doing a video probably next week on repairing how I found repairing, particularly the Aquacast. That's what I've mainly been using recently, but I do want to show you how I do fix any errors, because I think I've really honed in on a good method. So I want to show you how I do it, and hopefully you can use that too if you are using any of the eco resins. So I'm going to take out the Christmas tree one first, and it's not too difficult to demold. I was having a bit of a sore finger day, so it took me a bit longer, but isn't that lovely? We don't get any, there, you can barely see any sparkle, so yeah. Probably the wrong sort of glitter to use in this, but I still like it nevertheless, and every now and again there is a slight sparkle. The bottom is okay, few tiny little micro bubbles, but we're not going to worry about that type of thing, not really. And just a little bit of a sand, and they're fine, they're absolutely fine. And I will say that I really do prefer sanding these down when they're still slightly, when they're not fully cured, so that you've not got that dust flying around everywhere. But that's lovely. Isn't that so pretty? I really like this. I think there were some other ones that were like a snowman and stuff like that. I wish I'd ordered them as well, but I think I'll order them now after Christmas, just to put away for next year, because hopefully by then I'll be a genius when it comes to doing candles. And the base is out, and it's very pretty. It's just white. But that's okay. Little bit sparkly now and again. So, if you haven't seen this mould before, you might not have noticed what the issue is yet, and believe me, I hadn't noticed what the issue was yet either. It took me a few minutes, and you'll see the it's not worth it, this mould. It's not worth the heartache. It really isn't. I don't know if it's because I ordered it from Temu, I have no idea. But you'll see in a minute. You can try and clock it with me, okay? You can try and clock it with me. There's the base. Lovely. Now, we definitely have a roof. And the parts are the wrong way round. So not only do they not fit, and I have not overpoured them, I did not overpour that one side. That is actually wedged there, by the way, guys. It's not actually sitting in there properly at all. And the indents for the roof to fit on there are the wrong way round. The shiny side, which would be the shiny side, ends up being on the inside, so the horrible bit is on the outside. And this piece does not fit in the base mould at all, and to prove that, I filled it again. I do realise at this point that it's one of those moulds where you have to fill it so many times, because there's only one roof piece, there's only one side piece, there's only one, if you go in for the whole 4 side walls and stuff, if you're going to encase the whole candle, or obviously you need an extra piece of roof, and another side, if you're going to create it so you just have the hole at the back for the candle to go in. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take this in. So this is the following day, and I've sealed them. I had to sand this down. I had to totally take a tool to it and basically crack those sides to get them in. And I cast it again, and I made absolutely sure that it wasn't overfilled. I actually underfilled it. It is still too big for the base. It is so frustrating. It is annoying, and I was quite cross. quite cross. So I got those two ends made up, and of course I've got that other panel if I do want to cut it down. But that's the lovely, that's the it's the wrong way. Oh goodness sake, the shiny lovely side has to go on the inside, because that's where the indents are for being able to sit the roof onto the house. So you end up with and I sanded these down as well as I possibly could. So you've got the ugly rough looking part of the make, which usually would be sat on the inside on the outside, and the lovely shiny flat looking bit. Oh my goodness, it is awful. What an awful mould, what an awful design. If I don't have the power in my hands and wrists to be faffing around with sanding down, I really don't. I do not have it in me. And I don't have the correct belt thing or whatever it is. There's a tool. I know the name has escaped me because I'm feeling, the words escape me anyway. But you can see that's the lovely side, and then the ugly side is on the outside. And yes, possibly fixable if you have the right tools, if you have the willpower. But why should you? If we're buying these, surely we should have to pour them and they should be great. But it's not. And it's made me quite sad and quite annoyed. Very, very annoyed. And it irked me, guys. It irked me. And it irked me so much. He's gone on timeout. It's going on a timeout because I was irked. Very, very, very irked. Very irked. Yes, Winnie. Winnie's looking at me as if to say, really, mother? Really? At least this is beautiful. I love this, and it is gorgeous. And you could colour them in if you wanted as well. Yeah, if you wanted to. Or you could make them up and have friends and family. Oh, that's a nice idea. That's a nice little task to do, isn't it? So I'm going to have a little play with these, with colouring them in. And I'm going to use the Simtat markers by Arrtx, and these are acrylic based. Hats off to you guys who have been using the acrylic markers to paint stuff like this in. I was so clumsy with them. I would much prefer get out the paint and a paintbrush. I was really clumsy with this, and I'm not happy with the end result whatsoever. Not happy at all, and so unhappy in fact that they've gone on timeout as well. And when I'm feeling up to it, when I'm feeling a little bit happier, I might release them as a final make in a short. Honestly, I was so cross about that house that I don't really do this video justice, and I am sorry. I know you guys like to see end results and stuff, but we're just not going to get it with these. But I think it is, by the way, a good little shout out to do these, to paint these, is use a dotting tool to stabilise them when you are colouring them in, for less mess on your fingers and stuff. So that's a nice little idea that might help you. But the red, I said it before when I reviewed these pens for the first time, and it's not just Arrtx markers, it's Posca, it's all of them. You never get a true red. To me, it looks pinky, and yeah. But one good thing about this set is there's a really good skin tone colour in amongst them, a lovely peach, which gives a really lovely colour in there. But it's cute. They are cute. They are super cute. And I will finish them. And I will put them in a short. But today's not that day. I'm just using a silver marker as well because the Santa boots have a little like snowflakes on them, and I just wanted to give him a little bit of a buckle. So that was the chrome markers. Anyway, this video, it doesn't deserve glamour shots because I'm still very, very cross. I still hope you enjoyed watching. And I hope you're inspired not to buy this mould. Love you and stay weird.
Sparkles high like a disco swirl. The frogs are croaking, fa la la, carol choir. No flaw, no flaw.